Good morning. Industrial action on the railways today is causing misery for thousands of passengers. A second 48-hour walkout has gone ahead on South West trains after weekend talks between the RMT union and managers broke up without agreement. It's affecting some of the busiest routes into London. And in Scotland, a separate dispute over drivers' pay is forcing the cancellation of 1 in 4 services. Meanwhile, the government has confirmed that the former BBC Director General, John Birt, has been asked to draw up plans for a long-term solution to Britain's transport problems. A draft of his report will reach the Transport Secretary Stephen Byers today, who's just back from holiday. The Chancellor's daughter remains gravely ill in hospital after suffering a brain hemorrhage. Gordon Brown and his wife Sarah spent the night at their daughter's bedside in Edinburgh Royal Infirmary. Jennifer Jane has been christened in hospital by a Church of Scotland minister. Tony Blair has arrived in the Pakistani capital Islamabad as he tries to defuse the tension between India and Pakistan. Shortly after landing, the Prime Minister gave a brief news conference discussing the latest situation in Afghanistan. He said the international coalition must maintain its support for the country.
For Afghanistan, both in terms of the new political system there and in terms of the progress and development of its people, it is vital that we as an international community remember the commitment that we have given to people there.
A 20-year-old man has appeared before magistrates in Halifax charged in connection with an incident in which a man was killed as he tried to prevent a car theft. Kevin Jackson died in hospital after confronting people who were trying to take his father-in-law's car. Rashad Zaman is accused of conspiring to steal a car and to commit burglaries. He's been remanded in custody. The Football Association is considering taking sanctions against Cardiff City after a pitch invasion at the end of the club's FA Cup win over Leeds yesterday. 4 people were arrested and police say both the referee and the linesman complained of being hit by objects thrown from the crowd. One of the most famous names in fashion, Yves Laurent, has announced his retirement. The 65-year-old designer told a news conference in Paris he was closing the fashion house he started 40 years ago. He said he'd been battling ill health and depression for years. Sales of new cars in the UK have reached record levels. Official figures show we bought almost 2.5 million vehicles last year. There's been a big increase in sales of small and diesel cars. That's it. More news in an hour.
Hello, there's some hope if you don't like this greyness. There's a bit of brightness, just a little upwind for England, which of course is worst affected by this hugging cloud. But the best sunshine throughout the afternoon is always going to be further west. Not so much Cornwall, but Pembrokeshire, Northern Ireland and Scotland. And this is where temperatures are also in the mild category, although it is far better in eastern England today than it was yesterday, 5 to 7 degrees. Tonight the fog will return, mostly I think to central and northern areas, with a scattering of bits of frost.